Look, hello.
It's after I say hello and welcome to the meeting that I say if anyone has any problem being recorded for all the internet to see, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Me.
Amy, you're a dot
So
vote.
are we
You're always public.
Are we now live?
That's true.
Yes.
We are now live on the internet. Dan, money, please.
So since our last meeting, we've actually gained 2 members, which is yay. We in donations. I forgot to check the donation box, but I know we brought in $250 thanks to Blackheart's donation.
Oh, fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
CNC things.
Yes, CNC things. And we actually we made some equipment purchases and.
Dan, speak up.
And we made some equipment purchases to help support some of the classes that we were wanting to get back up and running. Not a whole lot of expense there, but we picked up a few laptops for teaching the classes with at a good price. Other than that, the financials are still remaining very stable. We have we've built back up to a very good buffer in the bank, and things are pretty good right now.
Hooray! Thank you, Dan.
Yay, treasure power.
Yay.
Thank you to everyone who donates, not just financially. If you donate stuff like, toolboxes or other equipment.
Or time.
Time is greatly appreciated.
I have no time, just take my money.
We are completely membership run, funded, etc. So all of it goes straight back to FamiLAB. You're keeping the building here, to keeping the power on, and sometimes helping us support classes and workshops. Next order of business. The annual meeting is coming up next month. Who's joining? Felipe. The next annual meeting will be on March 19th. That is the Saturday after the next member meeting. I didn't put a time. It's going to be 3 p.m. And yeah, it's our annual meeting that we are legally obligated to have, but it's also a great chance to learn some of the history of FamiLAB, how we've been doing the last year. We go into more details on the financials, and we love to show off what people have made in the last year. So if you have made stuff in the last year and you would like to have it shown off in a super official manner, post your pictures in the Slack channel. I made this, and we will scrape it up and put it together. The big official important part of annual meeting is the board elections. The board of directors, the people who do the business side of maintaining FamiLAB. Currently, it's myself, Blackheart, Dan, Roger, and Brian. And if you would like to be a part of the business side of FamiLAB, paying the bills, keeping the doors open, we have a nomination form, which we will be posting in Slack over the next month, and it is also in the agenda. And that is l.familab.org/boardnom22. So if you are interested, or if you have a friend who is interested and you have talked to them and they are also interested, you can nominate people through that form. We are going to be primarily virtual this year. We would love to have it live in person, but the world is unpredictable, and with the nature of that unpredictable world, we don't really want to get 50 people in a contained room just for safety. That is all we have for the official agenda. If anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, things they'd like to share, show and tell, this is the time allotted for that.
I had a question of like, what is our quorum to actually do the votes? Do we have a number? Do we know? 3.
Well, that's the board quorum. It is 30% of the membership.
Okay, so it's about 40 people, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna show and tell.
I mean, I can kind of. Oh, you were no way.
Does anybody have any show and tell while we wait for Blackheart? Or stuff
In like a month.
stuff they've been doing. Tell us a story. Tell us about your life. Tell us about your dinner. Help us fill time while Blackheart. Oh my God, why is he bringing all of that in?
Well, I haven't made much of anything, but I've been writing this fucking ton. I have no idea if that's even on camera.
Negatory. It crossed in front of the camera.
Thing. I've replaced most of the non-essential parts on this thing. It's a one-wheel XR. Basically, being an office worker, I was just feeling trapped. I was like, fuck it, I need something to do. And in the last like 40 days I've had it, I've gone 440 something miles. So
How
tires.
many bones have you broken?
Sorry, what?
How many bones have you broken?
I sprained my ankle already. That was fun.
Jesus, I was joking.
I almost busted my ass on it.
It's actually not that bad, but basically just upgraded everything. Nug on the bottom, float plate for grinding and sliding, upgraded grip tape, flight pins, tire swap to a Hoosier Whisper 6. Trying to think of what else. I think that's most of it. Oh, the mag handle on the side. But basically, yeah, I've just been riding something like 40 miles a week because fuck it, I need to get out of the house. So that's been my kind of kit project. It's fun.
Is it powered?
It's electric. Oh, neat. It is basically like the one wheels are essentially a electric hub motor with a go-kart tire on it.
Oh.
So it is, you can get about, I get about 16 miles of range on it, and if I wait a little less, I could probably get up to 18 to 20 miles on it. And it goes up to about 20 miles an hour. I've gone 20 and a half, which means when you crash, it's fun.
I applaud you for not breaking bones yet.
I don't crash that much, but when I have, you just kind of roll out of it and pray. The last thing I did is there's a mountain bike trail in Mount Dora that I hit this weekend, which was a ton of fun because it's just lots of routes and things designed for bicycles. And you just fall a lot if you're a skateboard. If anybody's familiar with like hoverboards, they're a lie. This is the Marty McFly experience because you're just hovering 7 inches off the ground, going 20 miles an hour. It's great. But that's been my thing for the last month.
I'm confused. Did you 3D print it? Because you 3D print everything.
I had
And then delicately paint it.
for a while, but it's no, that's like CNC'd aluminum and shit. That's fun. If anybody who's here wants to try it later, I can.
No.
I have a helmet in my trunk. It's not that bad.
I already have one.
Nick tried it and he had a ton of fun on it. Nick was really bold. Katie got on it for like 2 seconds, like, nope, I'm out.
Yep. That was my experience.
So is it assisted balancing or?
Yeah, so in terms of like how it's meant to be ridden, because it's got the actual motor for the wheels going forward and backward for your acceleration, which is all based on your leaning. Your forward to back is all balanced that way because the motor is keeping you accelerated that way.
Right.
And all of it is you're balancing for the steering. So it's like riding a snowboard or something.
Right,
So it's
right,
heel
right.
to toe balance.
Gotcha. Instead of four to half.
Yeah. So, and it is a little bit like, if I put it on the floor, you can see that it kind of noses up because the battery pack is on that side. So it's a little bit unbalanced anyway. Just in
So
that
it makes
manner.
makes you lean a bit
It makes you
forward.
lean into it, yeah.
Right, because the ballast is in the back.
Yeah.
which is smarter.
Yeah.
Nothing like nose digs.
Oh yeah, the way that you will eventually fall off is getting too cocky and you nosedive. Because if you try to push it too far and the motor doesn't have enough oomph to keep your nose up, you put the nose in the ground and it kicks you like you're flying off of a bicycle over the handles.
I saw it has cheater wheels.
Yeah, so I threw, show it to the camera too. This little bumper is called fangs.
Right.
And so it's got skater wheels in the front. So
Right.
if you do nosedive it, the fangs will
So-
hopefully help you not die.
Not to interrupt you, but the camera that has focus is that
That
one.
one.
Yeah, but I have a laptop. Can you not see on this?
But the audio.
We can see you, Blackheart, and nope, now we can't see you, Blackheart. Nope, you're gone. There you go. There you go.
Meat
Zoom.
focuses on the one that has audio.
Oh, well, yeah, that helps.
Well,
Okay,
we can all hear pretty well because he's sitting only like 2 feet from the speaker anyway.
pretty much. But yeah, it's basically a board with go-kart tire and an electric motor, and it's fun. And that has been like the only makering kind of thing I've been doing because work is 60 hours a week.
Does anybody else have any show and tell? Y'all need Jesus.
You've only made like 20,000 knives in the past forever, so nothing
It's
on
true.
there.
Next member meeting, I'll show up now. So we got like 10 of them.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
moving sheets now.
Oh, okay. That's actually less than I thought. Because every time I show up, there's like 5 more that you've made.
Well, awesome. I need to add the annual meeting to the meetings. Speak for another like 3 minutes while I
I
type.
did sell my first night.
Oh, sweet.
Rutabaga.
How many hundreds?
Piece of carrot.
That makes sense.
Awesome. Thank you, Blackheart. Thank you for everyone who's made stuff but doesn't show it off. Y'all are still cool. We still love you. But we do want to see what y'all make.
Coming soon to a moon near you.
So I didn't make something, but I bought something that was made.
That counts. So did Blackheart. Technically.
This is fair.
All right, check this out. And so you can, there we go. Turn that around. All right, look at this.
The redneck army knife.
Is that a half-inch wrench?
The 10.
10 millimeter.
Just as good.
Exactly.
So I won't lose it now.
What'd you pay for?
Or get thirsty.
But there was a guy selling these up at the Mount Dora Art Festival 2 weekends back. So for those of you who weld, there you go.
Yes.
Looks like maybe the can opener part was maybe it was laser cut or water jet or something, and then it's just welded on there. So there you go. Things you can make, but which I did not.
Exemplifies the hacker mindset, though.
I mean, why make it when you can buy it? Some things are worth just buying. I could make those. Awesome.
Here
If,
it being used right now.
if nobody else has any,
Yeah,
Think in the
I'm
chat.
building a 20-foot mural with custom LED lights.
Very nice.
Ooh, very cool.
It sucks.
Very James Webb looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's gonna look, it might suck
Oil
now.
go on.
I mean, it looks cute and all until you realize that you have to cut and solder 130 of those things.
Eesh. Ow.
But custom was nothing to do.
Philippe, are you sort of mimicking Nanoleaf?
yeah, something like that. I had a I have a quote from a light company to do that design for me for $16,000, and I decided to do it myself. But no, nano leaf looks better. No, it's just it's a screen. I'm just gonna do the outskirt, the sides whenever there's a connection. And those are acoustic tiles too, which is kind of cool.
The fixture.
Is that going to be at your new space?
Yeah. The designers came up with a concept for the wall, and I'm stuck with building it.
I mean, that's the classic designer thing.
That sounds good. Yeah, there's like 90 of those tiles that I have to put together somehow.
We got this. Now somebody else go do it.
Right?
Speaking of which, Felipe posted in jobs earlier if anyone is interested or looking for a job for education in STEM, well, his new venture, MetaHumans.
Yeah. And a director position as well for the center, if anyone's interested.
And you haven't gotten a cease and desist from Meta yet?
No, I got a trademark from 2 years ago. I should be all right.
So you can send them a cease and desist.
I can. I mean, they're definitely not in the education realm, so I think we're safe.
Yeah, you're all right for now until they decide that, hey, they can do education through virtual reality.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can I hear a little bit about this this venture?
Oh yeah. So in job, you'll have a link to the thing. It's called MetaHumans, metahumans.com. And it's an after school, summer camp, and homeschool support program in person. We are about to start construction on a 4,200 square foot location in Winter Park. Wow. So the kids will play with STEM, but they're really gonna get that's just the wrapping paper. They're really gonna get to learn how to live with themselves, how to live with others, communications. Understand the world around them so that they can better influence. So we're talking about a lot of hacking, robotics, coding, improv. We have a sublimation station for custom shirts and mugs, and we have Glowforge, soldering, electronics, just make stuff. Every month is a new theme. Every theme has new problems to solve, and we just throw a problem at them, and they have to solve them. And it's from 7 years old to 18, and we'll have gamification systems to get the older kids to mentor and interact with the younger kids. And the whole place is an immersive design that's cyberpunk meets Pandora, that is built by a team of designers who partnered with NASA. For those who know NASA, they're the construction company that builds the Harry Potter world and the other guys. So it's going to be super cool, especially that cyberpunk vibe.
So wasn't Avatar technically cyberpunk?
No.
I mean, loosely.
Yeah.
Very loosely.
Led to believe that Earth was cyberpunk.
But we never saw any of it.
Yeah.
So
It was implied.
cyberpunk
Just
is a set
sci-fi.
of themes and not just a look. And the movie had none of those themes.
What do
All
you,
right, we're not.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about? There's a company that owns an entire planet. That's how is that not cyberpunk?
Dystopia ever.
Y'all have gotten off track. We were talking about stuff for the kids.
Any
The kids need to be ready for the dystopian future.
yeah,
That's it.
any interest in moving in with or partnering up with FTC or FRC teams for the high school, junior high school level stuff, the robotics programs?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love it. I'd like to. We'll have an esports as well.
Okay.
I mean, my focus is to create the environment, all the game dynamics, the equipment, and a strong supportive curriculum that could be accessed to learn, science and tech and coding. But this is all to support whatever activities and workshops we want to offer. And it will be wide ranging from psychology, emotional management to communication and improv, lock picking, whatever we want really. Even painting, art, whatever.
It sounds like it would mesh well with those at that age levels, because they're basically 6-week build programs.
Mm-hmm.
They would shoehorn into your month-long project, overall theme. And it's more building a robot, because they have to market it and they have to make alliances with other teams and other schools and that kind of thing. So they have to do a lot of the other stuff, real world stuff, that they actually get more out of than just building the robot.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, there's going to be so much opportunities for collaboration, community engagement, adult programs too.
Are you doing it at like a mentor level, or is this full-time staff?
It will be full-time staff, and then there will be some kind of the older kids will mentor. There will be some full-time staff, and then as needed, based on the topics, activities, and
more specifically talking about mentors for like bringing in engineering mentors or the professional level mentors.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we have industry leaders that are being brought in. We have some really cool ones at JPL, and some MacArthur Fellows that are working with us on giving direction and collaborating on some programs as well. But yeah, that's very much built in. Industry leaders could then leverage their knowledge and expertise into bringing some unique perspectives and workshops to what hopefully will, to many centers eventually.
Sounds interesting.
Nervous laugh, but eventually it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And if anyone's interested in that job posting, the Slack channel is jobs.
Yeah.
I'm
coming up with workshops. I'll on a paid independent contractor type stuff. If you want to create activities, workshops that you think are cool, I'll take them.
Awesome.
Yes.
Gonna move past upcoming events. Next board meeting is March 8th.
Is that right?
Next board meeting is actually going to be probably the 10th of March. March 8th is our next open house. The agenda was not updated. Apologies. As a reminder, we're trying to do open houses on second Tuesday instead of first Tuesday in an attempt to get people from the open house to remember the meeting. The next member meeting is going to be March 15th at 8 p.m. And the annual meeting will be March 19th at 3 p.m. Outside of those three standard events, we also have a to be determined time for the microcontroller open make workshop. Brian is going to be heading that up.
Yep.
And we are awaiting stuff to come in the mail for it. So keep on the lookout in events and classes for that one.
Probably in about 2 weeks or so.
Is when you'll announce it or when it will be?
Yes.
So we're excited to get that on the calendar for March and moving forward. The Awesome Box. Dan, how do you say your Slack handle? Is it Wampus or Hoopus?
Wampus.
Whoppus?
Wampus.
Whoppus. Dan says of Blackheart, thank you for bringing the money. And thank you to all those that go unthanked. People that take out the trash, people that vacuum, people that maintain tools. Thank you to anyone who does anything for lab. You are appreciated, even if you work in the shadows.
Thank you to Lilith
Go
Bad
fuck
Dan's
fixing the lathe.
missing
Fuck yourself.
member.
Yeah. Thank you to Lilith for fixing the lathe.
Yes, the lathe. That's my show and tell. It's now holding a little better tolerance.
And liquid.
Maybe.
Maybe.
New members. Now we are going to move to introductions. Reed, were you here at the last meeting?
Briefly, it was my birthday, so I only ducked in and ducked out.
All right, let's go ahead and do an introduction now, and that will take care of that just so we can all know who you are and know what you're about.
Sure. I don't have a format, but hi, my name is Reed Manchester. I'm Canadian, but I'm dual citizen, live just down the street from FamiLAB. Married with 4 cats. I am a product manager by trade and growing my skills in building things. I've renovated houses, but I'm not so good at welding or electronics yet. And that's where I hope for you guys come into play.
Where are you from in Canada?
Toronto. I've been gone a while.
No, I was gonna say it sounds like you've been gone a while since it wasn't Toronto. That there shouldn't be extra T in there.
Yeah. we tend not to have much of an accent.
I'm from Niagara Falls, of course you do.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Reed?
What would you like to learn from us, and what can we learn from you?
I can teach you about sarcasm. That's my specialty.
Oh, really?
That's great.
Yeah.
We have master classes on that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're full. Okay. All right. Well,
Then again, I'm practicing on the irony course right now.
oh, I have nothing to contribute really. What am I hoping to learn is, geez, you've got a whole pile of big machines in there that I have no clue where the on switch is. So basic operation of some of those things. I have the dinky versions here at home, and they don't cut it. So literally, yeah. I'm currently working on a kitchen nook. We've just moved 2 weeks ago into the condo, so it's very tight and space is at a premium. So we've got to be clever about how you store things. So I'm building a L-shaped bench, and yesterday I put it together and all the wood was warped, so it wouldn't sit flat. If only I'd had a planer.
I think we have a planer.
You do.
We do. We have a planer. We have a planer.
I have used our planer.
We're low on planners, though. What's your favorite fandom? Like Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, Ninja Turtles, comic book?
People always ask me, which teams do you root for? I say, I speak Klingon. I don't know teams. Yeah, I'm a big Star Trek fan. Star Wars, all right, it's fun, but all the series of Star Trek have turned my crank.
Follow-up question, of course, would be, which captain?
Certainly not Janeway.
Okay.
That's a low bar.
No, I really enjoyed Archer. I really enjoyed Enterprise. That series was a lot of fun. They were all great. I mean, Picard. Who wouldn't love Picard?
Who's the captain? Oh, damn it, I can't remember her name. The captain in Lower Decks.
I've only watched a few episodes of that.
I should know, but I can't remember it either right
Yeah,
now.
Captain
Freeman.
Doritos. Mariner Beck. Is it Captain Beckett?
Freeman.
Freeman.
Beckett's her daughter.
Yes, that.
Spoilers, I guess.
It's first season's been out for a while. It's all right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was episode 1, but it was a spoiler for the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Reed.
Thank you.
Let's do Mark Adams next because he's in the meeting. I remember. I saw him.
Hi, yes. I'm Mark Adams. I'm distinctly unimpressive. No, I don't have a maker background. I'm just looking to learn new skills, looking to establish new hobbies. And this looked really interesting. I used to work in a lab as part of my job, but that aspect of it has gone away. I work for the Navy. I'm not active duty. I'm just a civilian, and nobody shoots at me. I work at a desk, and
You said you worked for the Navy. We figured.
well, because when you say that, when you say I work for the Navy, the first thing people say is thank you for your service, and it's like no. Nobody shoots at me. I sit at I don't go on ships, so.
You sail it.
Me.
Awesome. Question for Mark.
Let's say, hey, Mark, pro tip. If somebody says, thank you for your service, a quick go-to is just, it's an honor to serve. And then you move on. And then it alleviates all the awkward and stuff.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't want to get anywhere near that. I mean, these men and women do stuff that I could never do. I just,
No, yeah, I get it, Mark. But when you're cornered with that comment, it's a free card. It's an honor to serve. And you're
okay.
Questions for Mark.
Kingdom. Board. Tabletop.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Tabletop.
What kind of games do you enjoy? Is what he's asking.
Oh, so my girlfriend's just gotten me into some card games. Honestly, I haven't had a lot of time for anything. I know this is really weird. I'm just discovering everything. So I lost my wife a few years ago, and 6 years ago. And before I lost her, we were just consumed with her illness, and I just didn't have time for anything. And then kind of after she passed, I didn't make time for anything. And so now I'm just figuring stuff out. So I didn't really play a lot of games. I'm remarkably boring. I mean,
don't work for the CIA. It's not a cover.
Say again?
You don't work for the CIA.
I do not.
Really boring.
You could closer. You could get in the camera too. It's not a very wide angle.
Sorry.
No, I'm out of the camera here.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly am not building a Marty McFly hoverboard anytime soon.
Why not?
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Exactly.
So what?
I want to just try stuff and learn. I mean, I'm taking a class in jewelry making, enjoying it way more than I thought I would. So that kind of motivated me to look for a space to continue doing it after class, which is when I found, FamiLAB, and I was like, okay, I should join. There's a community of people I can talk with and learn from, and maybe at some point contribute to.
So metal jewelry, stone, leather?
It's metal. We started off simple silver soldering,
okay.
And I just made a ring. Like I said, I used to work in a lab, so a habit was never to wear jewelry or anything on my hands. And I don't work in a lab now, so I can do that. So I made a ring for myself, which was kind of neat. It's the simplest, stupid thing. It was some wire that we wound into a spiral and put 2 pieces of metal alongside it to make a border, and then soldered it. But it was a lot of fun.
I got back into making things after being obsessive about my career for 25 years by making Christmas ornaments.
Okay.
The simplest and smallest things sometimes get you more motivated to look larger.
Yeah, yeah. I found it fun to do stuff to do that. We made a little pendant. Learned how to use a jeweler's saw. Okay, again, not something complicated, but I enjoyed it, and I just want to continue. Maybe do other stuff.
Are you interested into moving up into the lathing and that kind of thing?
I used to do that when I was in grad school. I built some things for the experiment that I had worked on. So it's been a long time, but yes, I would like to get back to doing that kind of stuff.
Micro jeweler lathes that for turning things that are very, very small and precise. And
I've never worked with that. That could be fun.
so we have lots of big machines, but we got lots of very small machines for working on very detailed work that you're looking at right now.
Excellent.
That's awesome. Look forward to seeing you and getting you lathing.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
You hopped right over the getting him laid, huh?
No, lathing.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
No,
all good.
Because people are throwing a fit in the comments about calling it turning, and I refuse to. I'm just going to keep calling it lathing because that's what it is.
But
Turned a lot of wood.
Yeah. Okay, sounds great.
Next, Sam Tillison.
Yeah.
Is in person. So we'll just going on an adventure.
He's the zoom lens.
Boom. Introduce yourself, Sam.
I'm Sam. And
hi, Sam.
I'm here.
Sam, I am.
And
what has brought you to our fine establishment of
yes,
FamiLAB?
Prompts, please.
Gotcha.
I would like to become a member of FamiLAB, so I came here this evening.
That's very specific.
So what sort of projects do you want to work on? And what sort of projects do you think you'll actually finish?
Oh man.
No pressure. What do you want to work on?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
What do you want to work on tomorrow?
If
like
you say you want to do
10:30.
something, might not be the right place.
Let him speak.
That's okay. I really want to get into the BioLab. I'm in the biotechnology course at Valencia, and I want to get to do more hands-on stuff. We do some lab work in class, but
it's not enough.
It's never enough.
You yearn for more.
I am thirsty for that.
It doesn't even call. It calls to me. So what is the end goal? What would you like to accomplish in that field?
Do things that are neat.
What do you consider neat?
Kidneys.
Yes.
Kidneys.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Why is it Donatello or Michelangelo or Leonardo? I'm just gonna give you some prompts.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Ninja Turtles.
All right, Power Rangers.
My favorite like fandom thing is Fallout. I like that. That's
Okay.
cool.
Hell yeah.
There you go. We have a hook in. Plenty of Fallout boys here.
I'm gonna remove the pressure from you. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Sam. That is the 3 people that I had on the list. Is there anyone else who has not introduced that?
There is one.
Yes.
And that's myself. I'm assuming everyone can hear me all right.
Wow.
Yeah, your camera's a little fuzzy.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. So that camera actually had a piece of tape over it forever. So.
All right. Are you in San Francisco by any chance?
No, it's just really, really cold in here. So hello, my name is Chris. My last name is Paber, hence the you'll see the handle in Slack is Pabo, which that's a Korean word for dumbass. And there's a funny story there, but basically I learned that word on the first day in the Korean language course, and that was unfortunate, you know. But I've owned it ever since, so I've always been Pabo, and yeah. So that's the name. So like Mark, well, I don't know about your military service. Sorry, Mark, but I'm retired Air Force. I am a contractor now, I guess, consultant. So essentially, I was a linguist in the Air Force, and then got out, started out as a contract analyst, and overseas in Afghanistan, because I actually worked that mission for 10 years prior to retiring. So when I retired, I actually went there. But yeah, as an analyst, it was really, I am kind of low, I guess you could say. So I got another position out there that let me travel a whole lot. And basically, I'm a consultant now for military operations and intelligence. And my job is to optimize things mostly. Like all of us, we have that need to optimize our surroundings. And yeah, basically look at processes, fix things, make things better. So your average guy in the field, he might be an expert at the sensor that he's operating, but nobody told him how important Excel is, you know, or how you can use Excel to do your calculations. And, oh yeah, you can store all of this in Access, and you can do all, you know, they don't know any of that. And so yeah, I basically go in and, pardon my French, unfuck people, you know? So, and straighten out their processes. Required a lot of travel, but it required a lot of different skills that I don't possess. So that's where I first started getting into 3D printing. I learned to code in VBA while I was out there, again, just to solve problems. You'd be surprised at all of the 550 cord, you know what I mean, and cardboard kind of solutions that are being applied. So a 3D printer is amazing. But in between contracts right now, so sorry, I left Afghanistan in June. Obviously, we shut things down where I was at, and still in between contracts, but still have that need to optimize things, you know, like I need adversity, and I can either seek that in people or projects. So my biggest project behind me is that server cabinet. So I didn't have a whole lot in the way of IT skills or sysadmin, but I talked with those dudes a lot. So in my off time, I learned a few things. So I have a file server. It's actually running, well, right, it's a test server, but it's running TrueNAS. I'm running my Steam library from there, which is nice because I game from a laptop when I'm not on a PlayStation. And application server, pfSense firewall, like all that stuff. I just started getting after it and to learn it, you know. But the FamiLAB's perfect kind of scenario for me because all of this stuff. So I don't like opening up to a giant audience like Reddit, you know. When I do a big project, throw it on Reddit and you know, I don't know these people, but that kind of sharing and collaboration with local people, you know, I can meet and get with and be like, oh shit, hey, I really have no idea what I'm doing here, but I came up with this. And then somebody who's been doing it for 30 years or remembers that skill from 30 years ago can say, yeah, that's because you didn't do this, you know? So
it's awesome.
Yeah, really looking for the collaboration, the human aspect. I can do most things I want. The access to the some of the big tools is awesome. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff. Plenty of stuff like things like do we have templates, like pre-built templates for workshops and stuff like that? You know, what are the hurdles for somebody who hasn't done anything? You know what I mean? FamiLAB, like the new guy who has some skills. What are the hurdles for that guy? Here's a couple of different templates. You know, PowerPoint, like a quad slide, and a couple of this and this and this that they can kind of build off of, and all standardized, of course, so that we can archive these things and share that knowledge. So, but yeah,
just to give you a little forewarning, we're a little chaotic.
Awesome.
Yeah, chaotic. No, I'm chaotic.
Neutral. Okay.
But
yeah,
we forewarning. FamiLAB is very free form. Certainly, structure is good in some classes, but we tend to be very loosey-goosey.
Yeah. So 1,000% to allay any what do you call it, like fear that might have brought up. No, I'm not corporate, and the idea of standardizing things and making things corporate, of course, from what I've seen, the community does not want that. So yeah, no worries there. But the standardization allows for access, you know what I mean? Like I said, for the guy who doesn't know how to do anything. So that's more where I would look to help out. But
and we would somebody who puts those sort of things together. We really
absolutely.
would.
And that would be that would be the end goal, you know, like visiting a buddy's workshop while he's putting it on, in order to take advantage of that hour afterwards where you get down to painting or to what have you, you know. So yeah, and an excuse to go to the lab, like physically go to the lab. If I don't need access to the warehouse, then you know what I mean, why am I showing up, kind of a thing. So, and I'd like to do that more, but no, I'm honestly be excited at the opportunity. You know, this is my kind of scene. This is 100% what I deal with in the field, and yeah, very much enjoy all of that stuff.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions for Christopher? Pablo's
for.
Look forward to seeing you at all.
Why are you looking at me? Like, I don't know. I'm looking at literally anyone to ask a question.
All we see is this cloud misty man right now. So I'm seeing you at the lab so we can converse and I can actually recognize you.
Yeah, I'll be the blurry guy.
Yeah, it's like you're cancer man from the X-Files right now.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what it does look like a atmosphere kind of a scenario, but not the case.
No judgment.
No.
You sure you didn't invite Snoop Dogg over?
Right.
Why is everyone shocked that Snoop Dogg was smoking weed before the Super Bowl?
In California.
Yeah, exactly.
In California.
At least he was trying to be discreet about it.
He wasn't smoking it during the performance. Well, we don't know that, but
he was bent over doing the real discreet smoke toke, like keeping it between his legs, hiding it between takes. It's like, why are you surprised?
Considering 40% of his body weight is THC, it's
that's the one. I mean, like, it's medicinal in his case.
These days, 40% of his body weight is Martha Stewart's cooking.
Ooh.
And that's not a bad thing.
Well, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, I was just gonna say, nice.
Well, awesome. I'm going to private message you, Chris, the membership application, if you can get that filled out.
Roger that.
Okay. If no one has any questions for Chris, we can move forward.
Why do we never move backward? Jeez.
Because don't go backwards. I once knew somebody who didn't have a reverse gear in their car. It sucked, and I refused to ride with him because he always needed help pushing it out of parking spots. Speaking of, anyways,
If you don't have a reverse gate, why don't you plan to like pull forward into a space?
he tried. People were assholes.
That's fair.
Thus concludes our monthly meeting.
You could just put it in neutral and like tie a rope. Pull a rope. You know?
Yeah, but that's where the help is involved.
There's also a jackass. I don't know. Yes, Reed.
Just curious, can you tell us newbies what to expect?
How many
What's-
posts?
You put in your application last month, so I'm gonna discuss with Dan since he's here in person. Next steps. Let me conclude the meeting and then we'll go over it. Basically, or I'll just do it now. Anybody who introduced needs to get a perspective badge. And then that perspective badge means that whenever a member is present on premises, you can use the facilities as you see fit. You just do not have access to the building for a 1 month period. And that month is there so that we can get to know you, you can get to know us, and so that, you know, we can make sure that like we're a community first.
Oh, I have one of those perspective badges, but
Very aware.
It's ancient.
Gonna talk to you after this.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know where it is.
He's a representer.
I knew.
But yeah, myself or Roger may reach out to you, Reed, after this. And Deepak, you're a special case as well. But Mark, Christopher, we'll coordinate a time maybe this weekend that you can come by lab and I can get you a perspective badge. And then whenever a member is here, you're free to use the facilities as if you were a full member. We just don't do the full access until after that 1 month period.
Basically, you go to Slack and say, hey, is anybody going to be in the lab between X and Y? I'd like to come by. And if someone's going to be there, then you can kind of coordinate your time frame for that first month.
But what's the best channel to post that in? Just general meta?
General meta.
Generally,
and
yes.
there is also the FamiLAB channel where you can look in on the webcams. They take a new picture every 15 minutes.
Yes, 15 minutes on the
You can actually
15
see
increments.
if someone's here, if
Yeah.
you're close enough.
Yeah.
Message like a little before. I'm here fairly often. Roger is as well. There's usually somebody around that can help you out and get you in. But I'll send you a message, Reed, after this.
There are several pieces of hardware that require orientation before we want to use them solo. The laser cutter, the Haas, that kind of thing. So ask the zone area person in Slack, metalworking, woodworking,
Laser.
if you'd want to use one specific tool, laser. And
Laser's the big one. That's the one a lot of people, it's the easiest to access. It's the easiest to get to use, like to know how to use. We just want to make sure you know all the precautions and what not to cut, what to cut, the procedures for making sure all of the fumes go outside
Where
instead
the
of inside.
emergency off switch is in case it catches fire again.
make sure the air handler's running, shut it off after you're done, all these safety procedure level type of stuff.
Yes.
Don't cut PVC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
That's one of it.
PVC, yeah, anything
Vinyl.
vinyl.
Vinyl. Any volatiles are bad.
Chlorine
Chlorine
gas
gas
is
is
bad.
fine.
And then things like polycarbonate that just doesn't cut, it just catches on fire.
So any chlorinated polymer is no good?
Unless you like chlorine gas.
Well, a little bit.
The laser one.
It smells nice.
The laser and the ventilation system would not like it at all. Neither would the rest of the lab.
Also, your lungs.
Yeah.
And the neighbors.
You don't need COVID after that.
Anyways, I'm gonna conclude the meeting, the official meeting now. Feel free to stick in the hangout and hang out with folks. But that concludes our official agenda for February. Reminder that the annual meeting is March 19th. You'll see posts over the next month about it and for the board nominations. And we hope to see you next month. Bye. I'm not actually leaving, but you can stop the recording.
Well, I am. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming.